Hi, this is Chris Ball from Mashpee TV with another Mashpee update. With me today is Richard DeSauger from the Mashpee Historical Commission. Richard's here to talk to us about a new project and program that they have going on at the community park across from Town Hall in Mashpee, the Veterans Banner Project. And he's going to tell us what's going to go on there and how it's going to proceed, I guess is the best way I can say it. Richard, thank you very much for coming and taking the time. And let's see what we can find out.
Okay.
So who's on this? I know that we have the Historical Commission, but I understand this is a subcommittee. Who's on this subcommittee?
Well, first, thank you very much for giving us the time. Let me just first say that this whole idea came about actually from some of the veterans at Southport, the Southport veteran group that are there. After that we dedicated the war monument this past summer, it was suggested, can we do more to assist our veterans with this banner program? And so we thought it was a good idea, and so we formed a subcommittee. And on this subcommittee we have from the Historical Commission myself and Chair Alva Costello, and then we have two members from the Mashpee VFW, and that's Norman Dias and Jack Gardner, who's from the VFW, and from the ladies VFW we have Shirley Oakley, who represents the ladies auxiliary VFW, and then a tremendous group. In fact, you kind of sent me to find more about them, is the Heroes in Transition, and Cindy Jones. And,
this year's Mashpee Citizen of the Year.
Yes, and she's on our committee as well, and an amazing individual, and rightly so, she would deserve that honor. And then from the veteran community member, we have Larry Crone, who's also from Southport, and I think I have the VFW, the Ladies Auxiliary, Heroes in Transition, the veteran community member, and the Mashpee Historical. So we've been meeting, and one of the ideas that was suggested to us is that we should put the banners on the telephone poles, which many communities, I'm sure you've seen some communities,
I've seen them,
to put them in the
as I drive by quickly.
Well, that's the main reason. And when you're driving by at 40 miles an hour, you can maybe get a quick look at the veteran, but you really can't figure out all the information that's there. So rather than do that, we said, well, let's put them in the community park. There are 20 lampposts that are in community park, and if by putting the poles we can put two veterans on each banner, on each pole, so that'll give a total of 40 veterans. And so that was our general idea, and the committee has met, and we've done a number of things.
So that's the reason why the community park then?
That's right. So the community park in traditional Mashpee Center, across from Town Hall, and in the park we also have Veterans Garden, as you know, has 25 Mashpee residents that gave their lives during war, from the Revolutionary War right up until Iraq and Afghanistan. They're located there. And then we just put the new war monument up.
Which is gorgeous.
It really is. We have the 252 individual names that are there. A fear I always had doing the research for that was that there would be a mistake. Now, we left room on that, I'll get off track a little bit here, but we left room on that monument so that if we missed someone, we could add them in. But if we made a mistake and put someone that shouldn't be there, once they're etched into the granite, they're in there.
They're etched in stone, so to speak?
They're in there. So,
but
But
excuse me for interrupting, but that is for people that enlisted from Mashpee only, correct?
well, the monument was, the criteria was that you had to have enlisted from Mashpee. And I received a number of calls from people saying, you know, I was in the service, I live in Mashpee. And I would say, well, where did you enlist from? Well, I enlisted from Needham or Natick or Cambridge or something. I said, well, you'd be on their monument, going by the recommendations of the Veteran Service Officer and the Legion. You should go by where you enlisted from. So you have those 252 names on that monument. It's in Community Park, and our idea was someone now could come into Community Park. The 40 banners would be up there with the different veterans from, it could be from the Civil War to present day. And it's not like you had to serve during wartime as well. It's open to any veteran.
Any veteran, as long as they at one time lived in Mashpee. Have I got that right?
One, that you honorably served, and two, that either you live in Mashpee now or used to live in Mashpee. So as long as you have, at some point in your life, a Mashpee address and you honorably served, you're eligible, unlike the War Monument where you had to have actually enlisted. So our idea was, by having it on the light posts in Community Park as opposed to the telephone poles, you can come into Community Park, you can park there, you can get out. It's a beautiful, as you know, walkway around. You can view the veteran banners that are there. You can stop into Veterans Garden, you can walk around there. Also, there are individual bricks of veterans that are around the flag poles that are there. You can then walk over to the Veteran Monument. You can see both sides of that, the individual names. Continue to walk around. You can also stop in the one-room schoolhouse as well while you're there. So
I went to school there, you know, for a day.
Okay.
What are these banners going to look like exactly, and what information will be on there? Will it just be a picture? Will it just be a name? Will it be a combination of both?
Good question. So you have the individual photo of the veteran that will be there, and then you have the name of the veteran, the branch of service that they were in, and the years that they were in the service. So you have the picture, the name, Air Force, for example, the dates that they were there.
All right. Right now, when will they be up year-round? Will they be up part-time, the banners? Is there a window of time?
There is a window of time. So what we've come up with is, because we wanted to have it so that people that are here for the summer, as well as regular year-round residents, would be able to see that. So we would have it up from beginning of August through Thanksgiving, and that, so it would include Veterans Day, most important, that will be up there. Part of the reason is that the banners themselves will be 2 feet, 3 feet by 2 feet.
It's a good-sized banner.
They will be on a post up probably about 8 feet or so up the pole, and they will be made out of a vinyl material, and they would have holes in them for the windy weather we have here on the Cape to make them so that they would last. But if you had them up all year round, we're told they're not going to last, especially in the winter time.
So I can understand that. Okay, so you're going to take the banners down. Does the hardware stay up and can it be used for other things?
Well, the hardware will be up. Once you put it up, it will stay up. And I just want to give a little shout out to the Mashpee DPW, because they end up doing all the work.
That was going to be my next question. Who puts them up and takes them down?
Well, we're going to pay about, the total cost is going to be about $4,500. And we're going to save some money by having the DPW put the hardware up. So the hardware actually will be 2 poles that will come out from the lamppost, and then the banners themselves would have sleeves on the top and the bottom, and they would slide over and they would stay there. So we'll put the banners up, as I mentioned, in August, take them down after Thanksgiving, and then they would stay up year-round. So if this is something that the select board or community park committee would like to see other banners put up there, we certainly would be in support of that. But just people have to take in consideration that's more time again for the DPW to do that. Now there's been some suggestions, for example, that maybe like for the 4th of July, Flag Day, and others, there could be banners that show the American flag that could be put up, or if there's other groups. But we're leaving, that's beyond our scope. We're going to leave that to the select board and the community park committee to make that decision. Right now, we're going to deal with the banners for the veterans.
All right, great. You mentioned $4,500. Where is that $4,500 coming from?
Good question. So some groups, this is done all over the country, and some actually charge the veteran that's on the banner. And we decided no. These veterans have sacrificed already, they've already given, and we're not going to charge the veterans again. We're going to do this to honor the veterans. And so we made a conscious decision that the veterans will not pay for these. We're going to honor them. And so we're going to turn to the business community, the Chamber of Commerce, and the public at large to help us out to honor our veterans. And so last Tuesday, actually, we mailed out 140 letters to those businesses that belong to the Chamber of Commerce, asking them if they would be willing to help out in some capacity. We also have an address with an individual, if they wish, could send a donation to the program as well. And that would be to, any checks would be made out to the Mashpee Historical Commission, and then just make sure a slash that you put veterans banners so they know where it's going.
All right, so Mashpee Historical Commission / veterans banner.
Right.
On any check. And
Right.
where do they send this check?
Or down the bottom, they can put veterans banners,
Okay.
just as long as that veterans banners. And they just send it to the Mashpee Historical Commission Town Hall, which is 16 Great Neck Road, Mashpee 02649. So they would address it to the Town Hall, same way, and then make the check out to the Historical Commission Veterans Banner. And with that, hopefully we'll be able to pay for the banners.
Is there any other way to make donations in today's technological world of Venmo, PayPal, credit card, library stamps, etc.?
Being the Historical Commission, we're still in ancient times, so you're going to have to do a check.
So the only way to do it is a check, as we already specified, made out to the Mashpee Historical Society /
Commission. Yeah.
/ Veterans Banner Project.
Correct, because it's going through the town. Actually, that's a good question. I don't know if the town does Venmo and stuff like that, but right now it's to send a check in, or if they want to, I guess if they want to go up to Town Hall with cash, they could do that as well, but check is probably the easiest way.
All right. So I'm a veteran, or I'm a relative of a veteran. I'd like to see, a veteran up on a banner, myself or a family member or something. How do I request that?
Good question. So we have a form, and thanks to the Mashpee Public Library, they're allowing us to. We had a box made up. This Larry Crone, who's a member of the community at large and is also a veteran at Southport, made up a really nice box that says, Veterans Program on it. And it's down at the front desk at the Mashpee Public Library. And in the side of that are these forms. And the form simply will ask the veteran's name, branch of service, years served, the name of the person submitting the form, the Mashpee address that they're in, and a phone number and an email. And so all they have to do is go down to the library. All you have to do is go down to the library, fill out the form, leave the form in the veterans box that's there. Then they're going to lead to another issue. What if there's more than 40 veterans? What if we get 100?
Anticipating my questions.
Oh,
here.
okay. What if we get 100 veterans?
You must have been a teacher.
I was for 35 years. But what if we get more than 40 veterans? In that case, we will have a lottery, and we will draw out the 40 veterans that will go this year. We anticipate that this will be an annual event, so that the names, let's say there were 100, there's 60 names that were not drawn. We'll then draw 40 of those names for next year to be on the banners that will be up next year. And we'll continue to do that until we have all the veteran names served. And then going down the road into the future, we'll save these banners. And then we'll be able to recirculate and use the banners 5 years from now, 8 years from now.
So that was going to be my next question.
Yeah.
So, all right.
So to repeat, any veteran, as long as you live here in Mashpee or used to live in Mashpee, can go down to the library during library hours and go to the box where the forms are, fill the forms out, put the form in the box, and then what's going to happen is we need a photo. And so we have an address that's listed on the form, and it's the commission through our chair, Ava Costello. So it's actually A. Costello at mashpeema.gov, and it's on the form. And we're asking them to then email in, hopefully, a high-quality photo. And this would be a photo when the veteran was in the service, in their uniform. So a veteran, today could be 80 years old. We'll hopefully get a photo when that he or she was in the service when they were 18, 19, 20, 22, whatever. And then the company will then take that photo and they'll be able to put it onto the banner with the information.
Okay, and the boxes in the library, where in the library?
Right in the front desk area.
Right at the front desk.
Kathy Mahoney, she really has been very supportive. Has a special desk set up right there, so you see it. They're going to collect it every day at the end, and then I'll go down once a week, pick them up, and we'll save until, now we're going to do this at the library, today is March 1st, until April 1st. So we're going to do it for a month. And at the end of that month, if we only have 10 names, we'll continue that. If we have 200 names, we'll stop at the end of April and do our lottery and be able to let those individuals know that their name was drawn. They can then send in, hopefully, a high-quality photo.
Okay, and how long will you be taking donations for this project?
Forever.
Forever.
We would never turn down a donation. Well, hopefully, we'll pay for the cost, and then each year there's going to be a cost because you have to redo the banner. So whatever money that we receive through donations will be kept in. We have a special account that's set up called Veterans Banners. The money will only go to the Veterans Banners, and it will stay there, and all expenses will be drawn out of there. So, which I hope would happen if we receive more than the $4,500, that money will stay there, and then next year we'll be able to use that, and we won't have to keep going back. Nobody likes to, keep going to the business community. The business community is very generous in this town.
Extremely.
They really are, and you keep going to the same pot sometime, and we don't want to keep doing that. We think this program is very worthy. We really want to do something special and honor our veterans, and that's why we're going to the business community instead of the veteran himself. So whatever money's there will stay there, and we'll be able to use that next year, the year after, and hopefully, we have enough that we won't have to keep going back.
All right, great. I believe in my reading, I read something about if you're at certain levels of donating, that there's a banner that will be put up. I believe it's in the back of the archives building.
Correct.
With that sponsor's name.
That's a real good point. Thank you for raising that. We also want to make sure that individuals that contribute are recognized. And so on the forms, we do have my form here, a listing of donation levels. So there's a platinum, a gold, and a silver. So that's anything from silver would be $100 plus, gold would be $500 plus, and platinum would be $1,000 plus. So anyone that is in any of those categories, we will have a large banner that will hang from the back of the archives. The reason the back of the archives is because it faces the park, so people walking through would be able to see that, and those sponsors would be listed, and all the time period that the banners are up, that banner will stay up as well. So we'll hopefully also be able to give proper recognition to those individuals. And if any, if somebody gives $5 or $10, we'll get them a thank you note, and we'll try to, thank them as much as possible and try to recognize, people that help us out with that.
Great. All right. Anything we missed saying about this?
No, I just want to thank you and Mashpee TV for giving us the time. And I just want to thank the general public. I've gotten several emails already. The townspeople have been very supportive of the program. And again, just to let people know, it could be any veteran that lives in Mashpee or lived in Mashpee, that the banners will be up in Community Park. People will be able to walk through the park, see the banners, in addition to, as we mentioned, the Veterans Garden and the War Memorial that's there. And that we have a fundraising effort that hopefully we'll be able to pay for, raise that $4,500, and hopefully a little more. We can continue this program not only this year but next year, so that from at least August through Thanksgiving, there'll be 40 banners that are up there, and people will be able to take a look at our veterans. And we have photographs, and there's relatives here in town that have relatives that were in the Civil War, for example, that have photographs of those veterans from the Civil War. So it could be as early as the Civil War veteran you're looking at. It could be someone in the service right now, or it could be someone that, at any time period, that served that. And it gives us a chance, and it gives the whole community a chance just to honor and recognize our veterans. Sometimes I think out of sight, out of mind, and we forget, all the freedoms and the way of life we have in this country. It was brought to you a lot by our veterans, and it gives us a chance to say thank you, to our veterans.
Amen to that. I'm 100% behind that. So, Richard, we at Mashpee TV and we as the Mashpee community want to thank everything that the Historical Commission has done in the park and everything else they do, and this subcommittee for taking this project on and making it happen. And, thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
This is Chris Ball from Mashpee TV. We're going to sign off for today, and we will see you next time. Richard, thanks again.
You're very welcome. Thank you.